Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel once again. Sorry for being late again this time. I was busy with some stuff and I was roaming around here and there. So in this one, let's talk about how you can create a head. And in this one, I will be more focusing towards a female head. Sorry, for a male head rather than a female head, which I do all the time. So why not create a male head? And in the beginning, or what you can say in the first stage, let me explain how I'll do that. So I am dividing it into 3 stages. First, I will create a face which looks half like a male and half like a female, a neutral face. And then I will create a face which is a little bit older, in their late 50s or maybe something like that. And then I will create a younger face with just one face. So to create a face, you have to again divide it all into simpler shapes like primitives. Shape can be a sphere, elongated sphere which looks like an helmet or an egg, and attach it to the cylinder, which I did. Then you can again create a ear sphere, and from there you can create a ear and attach it, and again append a sphere for the nose and attach it. So that way you can create a basic shape which looks and comprises of primitives. Okay, in our case I am detailing on lowest subdiv, which you should do once you have all the primitives ready and they look like somewhat like a nose or ears. What you can do, you can merge them all and dynamish them. That way you can simply have a one mesh which can be used to sculpt your head. And for eyeballs, the basic rule of thumb is you have one eyeball gap between those two. So that way it gives you an idea of how big your eyeball can be and how small it can be according to the face, and how wide apart they can be. So in the beginning it will look like an alien. In my case it is. So don't be afraid of him and don't throw it away. Instead, refine it, because these are the times where you can do it. And make sure you have some references ready like this one, and also make sure you have few references of the skull, because that is important. You know what, you can have both of the references, muscles as well as skull. Both can be important in case of when it comes to landmarks of the faces, where the cheekbones are, where's the nose, how big the nose is, how big the eyes are, etc, etc, etc. So you can start, if you want, you can start with creating just simple skull. That's a good exercise for you. I'm sure you have seen some skulls, and then you can build on some masses over it. That way you can have a good knowledge and understanding of how the face anatomy works. So I am creating a series of anatomy starting with the face, and for this one, this is my way of doing a face. You can say that I don't normally go this way. This is an extreme case where I am expressing or showing 3 ways of sculpting. First, right now what you're seeing is me creating a face which looks like a neutral gender face, which the face or the head that you can convert it into a male or a female any point of time. So yeah, this right here, as you can see, is looking a bit like a blend between male and female. That's the idea here. You don't have to do that. It's me showing you the basic differences and the basic common things. So for male, your forehead can be a little bit slanted and flat. For females, your forehead is inflated. it's rounded. For female, your cheeks are a little bit more sharper as well, and the placement of lips are closer to the nostrils, and that depends. That also depends, and the shape of the nose as well. That plays a huge part in differentiating between male and a female. Males' noses are big and a little bit angular and muscular, and in female the bridge between nose and the forehead is rounder, and the nose itself is curvy. So these are few of the differences that you should keep in mind if you have something some head which is solely focused on gender. So that you should keep in mind. And here I am just trying to give it a little bit of more volume. So the basic brushes, let's talk about brushes. The basic brushes that I use for creating a face are everything that you can find in ZBrush. I use mostly Move, Clay Builder and Smooth. And if I'm getting into more details, I will use Damp Standard. For basic blocking and for the basic head sculpt, I use basically these 3 and 4 brushes and I'm done. It all depends on practice. Please watch the video from start to finish, and other videos as well where I have taught you the basics of ZBrush and the practice that you should do to get good in sculpting and to become a good character artist if you're into characters and you want to create heads. So this video is going to be for them only. And here, as you can see, I am just trying to figure out the volume of skull. And one more thing I would like to tell you: whenever you create a head, make sure your head, your helmet, whatever you are creating, that head, your eyes are placed exactly at the center of that head. So at the top of the skull and towards the chin, it should be at the center. It might look weird at first, but that's how it is. So yeah, and also the placement of ears also matters. They are perpendicular, as you can see, in the same line towards the eyes. And when you have placed the eyes, the midpoint, again the midpoint that comes for the face, that will be the tip of your nose. And then if you again divide it into half, that will be your lips. So that's how we judge it. Basically that's a generic head placement. Here I am just cross-checking a little bit, trying to match the eyes. That was the younger face, but just a little bit. I just wanted to cross-check some things here and there. So the face looks a little bit more older now, since I have moved from the neutral neutral face to the older face this time. And in the end I have not recorded the younger one, the conversion of older to young, but I have a full undo slider that I'll show you. So that's there. For now, I'm just trying to adjust the eyes because they seem a little bit smaller to me at this point of time. So I'll take my time and adjust them. Also, make sure your first face should not be any other face which is taken from some mesh and change it. No, don't do that. Create a face from a sphere. That's the basic idea here. Okay, so I was not very confident, so I smoothed some part of the eyes a little bit, and I have duplicated that mesh, z-remeshed it, and projected the details which were there from the earlier mesh, because I thought it's not the best way to use Dynamesh at this point of time, because we are not appending any other subtool or any other mesh. Also, we are not changing anything drastic. So I just did the Dynamesh there, ZBrush there, and now I am trying to fix the eyes. It looks weird to me now. He looks dead. So I'll take my time. You also adjust it. Take your time on the eyes, because eyes can make it or break it. It looks weird at this point of time. So I just removed the eyes once again. It was not very good looking for me. So what I'll do, I'll create the eye sockets first. That is the formula for me, which I have been using. I'll create the eye sockets, give them a little bit of shape, and then I place the eyeballs. Since in this case we already have the eyeballs, I'll just fix the eye sockets and adjust the eyeballs according to there, and then adjust the eye sockets and all the mesh around the eyeballs. It already looks a little bit better, and let's cover the eyeballs with our mesh and sculpt it around it. Looks very much better and natural. And now, so once sometimes it happens that you have to redo a couple of stuff and things to get it right, but that's life. That's practice. So yeah, make sure you practice. And we are coming towards the last phase, the third phase of the sculpt. We have created an older version which is almost done here with a bigger eyes. Wow. Anyways, so yes, the next phase is to convert him into a younger self, or maybe a younger face. How you do that? Let's see. Still working on an older version, huh? Fine. Not so old. I can go ahead and add a lot of details, a lot of wrinkles around forehead and eyes and mouth, nose, whatnot, but I'm not gonna do that. You get the basic idea. Maybe I'll detail this head in some other video, showing you how you can detail a head once you have the blocking ready. So that is some other day. That comes some other day. Today, let's talk about how you can convert this head now into a younger self. Mainly focusing on movement, moving the mesh, small parts of the mesh here and there. Right now, focusing on the eyes. If they look weird, I change it, I undo it. So don't be okay. Don't afraid of undos. Do undos and redo. That's fine. That's okay. That happens, and that will make you better and stronger. We are creating a younger self of a realistic human face, male in this case. So generally I do stylized stuff, but here I have a chance, so I'm doing it for you guys. So please make sure you subscribe and like it so that it reaches to more people. Even if you have understood it or not, come on. So where were we? Sorry, somebody came at my door. So if you have understood what I have been talking about, that's great. If not, I hope that whatever I have been creating, if you're not listening to me, if you're just watching the video, that's also fine. You're just getting something out of it. That is the goal. And you also make sure you go ahead, open up the ZBrush after this and try to create a basic blocking of a head. Try to place the eye sockets at the right place. Try to create a lip line on that sphere. So do something. Pick up your pencil and the pen and start sketching on ZBrush, that is important. You just don't stop the video and go watch something else. Go ahead and try something. Okay, so still okay, yeah, I remember I am just sculpting the old version of it. Fix the eyes. Now I am using clay buildup and move and trying to sculpt a little bit of more detail around the face, trying to remember where those bags of muscles comes under the face, around the lips, and from the nose towards the chin. So yeah, make sure you have few references open, you have few things on your PureF. The more references, it's anyways, at all time it's better. So yeah, collect a lot of references, whatever you want to create. Here I am trying to create an eye, the eyes for the character, because he was looking a little bit grayish and pale, so why not? So for that I am using toy plastic material, assigned it to the eyes, added a black base and then the blue color on top, and a little bit of gradient looking color from top to bottom, and eyeshadows in the end, like so, to make it look more realistic and interesting. A little bit of pink and reds around those pupil, and pulling out the mesh a little bit so that the specular breaks from there and it actually gives the effect of an actual eyeball, since the specular gets stuck there. So that's the idea. Again, using mask to adjust the eyes. Creating a realistic face is a little bit more complex, I would say, if you have not practiced it much. So I will intensify my statement on this, that you should practice a lot on this, because once you are a student and you want to go into one single stream and you have decided you want to become a character artist, and then you have nothing to be scared of even if you are not getting the right results. The more practice, the merrier it will be. So make sure you practice enough. You practice different kind of heads, you practice different kind of body parts, which will come later in the series. I will be creating a full anatomy of the male body. For first the male body, then we'll see if we can create the female as well from the scratch. So that's there. If you want, I can give you the neutral mesh and you can try to manipulate that mesh into a female version, which was there at the first stage of this video. Excuse me. Then I created this, converted that mesh into the older version of a male body. Just doing some rough quick sketches on the quick strokes on the lips as well, then smooth it out. I didn't like them. I wanted to spend time, but which I seriously didn't have. So here we have a little middle-aged men ready, not ready but basic blocking ready. Now let me show you how I converted him into a younger male. Watch and enjoy.
Thanks again for watching, and I hope you like it. I hope you've learned something. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because a lot more exciting videos will be coming related to ZBrush and Singh and 3D character art. Also, don't forget to join my Discord to ask any question or anything related to the character art, else related to art. Yeah, and we'll see you again in the next one. Peace.